Hello, everyone. It's Jazz. It's the West Ham Irons channel. I hope everyone is doing well and you are enjoying the very early part of the World Cup. That kicked off literally, yesterday, didn't it? So, yeah, all very interesting opening game and a few things to talk about, shall I say, which I won't cover on this channel. But yeah, welcome to the channel. Before we get going, if you're watching for the first time, you watch regularly, please don't forget to subscribe. We are racing towards our target of 2,000 subscribers. So yeah, your support is everything. Please spread the word. And again, interact with me, put your comments down and I will reply. Always reply to each and every comment, usually within 48 hours if possible. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on what we've been discussing in the shows. And if you want something changed on the channel or added, we'll always consider that. Even if you want to come on the channel, send me a message on Twitter. My Twitter handle's down there somewhere at Jazz West Ham. So follow me on Twitter, send me a DM and I'll interact with you. We also launched a second sister channel called West Ham News TV. That literally went live 3-4 days ago. It will be at the moment very, very short, 2-3 minute clips of breaking news. So I hope you will enjoy that, especially if you haven't got a lot of time to watch sort of half an hour shows, 1 hour shows. It's literally going to be 2-3 minute short blast clips about any important breaking news. That's kind of part of our club, really. So yeah, support West Ham News TV. I will be putting a link in the description, so click on it and that'll take you hopefully straight to the page and subscribe and support, really. So let's get cracking. I just wish I'll be able to bring you some good news, and it's been pretty down, pretty dull, pretty negative news around our club recently. And we unfortunately we carry on with that trend, really. And it's Declan Rice breaking news earlier on today through one or two, again, very important, reliable sources, that currently his contract ends in 2024. We do have a further 1 year option where we can sort of keep him at the club till 2025. But I think what the owners are thinking is, especially, he's not going to sign another contract extension. Talks have happened in the past, they've broken down. The recent last update was that in the summer, the club had offered him a contract worth around £200,000 a week. He has flatly denied that. And I don't think they're going to go back to the table with a bigger offer, because I think the understanding is he's just not going to sign it. And whenever this one runs out, he'll leave then. But obviously, the issue with the club is that we never get the right money for our players. You know, it goes back many years, decades. And I was at Scott Parker. We just about got 10 million for him and things like that. So even Pai had to be sold at short notice. Arnie, all of these people, we've never really fully had the right money, and they often have left in a huff and a puff and controversy, really. So what they're thinking, I think, hopefully, is that they're being proactive this time around. And it makes sense to kind of make the plans now. It's a shame that we didn't win anything with him last year, got close. This looks like it's going to be his last full season with the club. Let's see if we do win something with him or not, which again could make him change his mind, but I doubt it. I think it's too late for that. I think the club, unfortunately, are not quite heading in the right direction after two reasonably good seasons. It's kind of, if anything, the worry is that they've spent 170, 180 million and we look a worse team. There's a huge sort of, stories and controversy around David Moyes. I don't think he's going to last. I think they're going to give him 3 more games after the World Cup. I don't know why. I think he should have gone already. So I think that's going to unsettle players like Rice. I think Moyes' days are numbered. And again, it's uncertainty. We don't know who's going to come in. Uncertainty around, will Katinsky eventually have the offer to buy all the shares or not? I mean, I did cover a show last night on West Ham News TV. Where's it gone there? So yeah, about Kretinsky and what's going on with that. So again, watch it if you can. A lot of uncertainty. We're not quite heading in the right direction. A lot of players out of form. New players not settling in. Not really found a good way to play football to please the fans and everyone. So a lot of issues in the air. And then obviously when you go away for 1 month in the World Cup, Declan Rice, you're rubbing shoulders with Bellingham, who we're told will be joining Real Madrid or Liverpool in the summer. You got his best mate Mount at Chelsea. Chelsea, obviously, huge club, always in the honours. Trying to win cups and that kind of thing. So with Rice, obviously, even the Arsenal guys are kind of doing well this year. So everyone around him has either won trophies or about to. And dare I say it, we are a little bit lurching behind those kind of clubs that the rest of the England squad are playing for. And it will, he's only human. He will hear things. It will make him, oh God, I want to wish our club we could do that kind of thing. And going back to Sullivan goal, I think they were. I remember David Moyes mentioning 150 million. I think 115 million, 125 million, it's not going to happen. I don't know what the reason is. It's just one of our luck. I mean, when you look at Leicester, they got 90, 95 million for Maguire. They got a lot of money for Chilwell, didn't they? And that kind of thing. For us, we just always struggle. And now I think we'll be lucky to get around 80, 75 million. I think that's what's going to happen. Otherwise, the contracts, running into the final part, and there'll be big risk if he continues to sort of not sign a contract, and then even might decide I don't want to leave till the whole contract ends, which obviously will give him huge power. He'd be able to command a extreme, huge fee, signing on fee that will financially set him up for life and that kind of thing. But I don't think he's that kind of guy. I think he's from a good background, sensible, and he would want to West Ham to get a bit of money for him in return for the loyalty they've shown him and given him a platform, that kind of thing. So I think summer makes sense. I mean, it's a shame we didn't get the Anana deal over the line. That it looked like they were looking at Anana to replace him eventually, and it didn't happen. It's too much pressure for Downs to fill that gap. Souček is well out of form. It's going to leave a huge gap, and it's a worry. He's our best player. We found a youth product like that after a long time, taking ages. The last batch all got grabbed up by Chelsea, United, and that kind of thing. So I think for him, looks like he's going to be going. The worry for me is the way the club has spent 160, 170 million, and we look at worst team. What are they going to do with 80 million? It's a worry. Every player that's come through the door has looked worse than what they were last season. They don't seem to fit into any pattern. So I think it's not good, but that is the news coming through, and it's not really surprising. And I think the club I'm glad that they're being proactive and searching for the right club, right money early on. And you never know. You can even still do a deal where you set the price, but then the club will loan it back to West Ham for another year. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of quite sensible. That means you lock in the fee, you lock in a pre-contract agreement. You can go out there and then buy his replacement, and he'll be able to play alongside Rice for that final bit. But we don't usually think like that, and I don't know if that's possible either. But it's out there, and another worry will we be able to negotiate a good sell-on clause wherever he goes? We don't really do things like that. So that is the news coming out. Let me know in the comments what you think. Obviously, it's a very important position for a lot of big teams. I mean, Arsenal got Partey. They're looking for another player. And listen, they're looking odds on to win the league at the moment. You can say what you want about Arteta and things like that. It's kind of what they need. Another one alongside him. Bellingham is off to Real Madrid or Liverpool, I think, probably Liverpool. Tottenham got Højbjerg in the middle, haven't they? One or two others. Newcastle. Chelsea are quite, Kante is kind of getting on a bit, so it could be Chelsea. I think there's a strong chance of Newcastle being able to sell their project to Rice. It's a very, very big, very one city club, exciting project, doing very well under Eddie Howe and carefully building that juggernaut they will sooner or later become. They're even ahead of schedule. They're already second or third already, and they haven't really sort of spent as much as they can, really. But everyone coming in is settling in well, and they're building. If I was Rice, I would listen to the Newcastle project. Man United obviously got a new manager. They're improving slowly. You can never say no to them, even though recent years they've been a shadow. Man City, don't know if he's their type of player. I'm not sure. I know that Poch likes certain type of players, technical at his club. So I don't know if they're going to spend that much money on a CDM. I'm not sure, but certainly there'll be clubs out there looking at him. Perhaps one or two abroad. I don't know. But as it stands, I think we've got to be selfish. We've got to thank him for his service and just think about West Ham, get the most money we can, and just be clever about it. If that possibility is there where you fix the fee and they loan him back, all the better. But we need to seriously look at replacement for him now. And and bed that player in, as soon as we can. Not like buying once Rice is gone, then just make it easier for us, and that kind of thing. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. But it looks like he's going to be on the way, and it's just, listen, the club's always bigger than the player, but he has been one of the really, really good players to come out of the club, and for a while, isn't he? All the young fans adore him. He rarely has a bad game, but even he's looked a bit tired this year, and to do with what's been happening around the club, I think, in terms of players coming in, settling down, what the manager's trying to get out of them, really. So, yeah, it is what it is. I don't want to mention any names who can replace him. I think there's plenty of players out there, and anything can happen in 1 or 2 years, or next summer when we're looking to sell him and do a deal, perhaps. So, perhaps I might do a show next couple of months, thinking about what players are kind of coming out there. There might even be some at the World Cup that we don't know about that might come into people's minds. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you do know of any players that you think can perhaps fill that role. I remember you guys like Basuma. He's obviously gone to Spurs, because I thought that might have been a good snip at 25 million, but they were able to provide him with Champions League football. You can't compete with that, really. So I'm sure there's lots of players out there who can play a good CDM role and that kind of thing, really. So yeah, keep subscribing. West Ham Minds channel, West Ham News TV. Hope you have a great day. And yeah, as we speak, I think the England game's about to kick off, World Cup. So let's see what happens in that game. So take care. Have a great day, and I'll catch up with you with another show very shortly. Take care.